husband and I already have one investment property, and unfortunately we didn't really know what we were doing when we did it for the first time, and we made quite a few mistakes. So we approached our mortgage broker to see if he could recommend anyone else to help us, because we wanted to be able to build our portfolio. And he recommended SA Property Panel.
We initially found out about SA Property Panel through Chris Bonucci at Aussie Home Loans. We were doing some finance with him and he recommended us to have a look at SA Property Panel.
Yeah, attending the workshop was really interesting, and you go into these things thinking that you can't afford stuff, but when you actually weigh up the taxation benefits, that's what I really pricked my ears up on at the thing and realised that, wow, there's some benefits here.
One of the most important things I took home was that it's able to be done by anybody. There were older married people there were people like us with young children, and there were also people that were getting into the investment market for the first time. Anybody can do it.
Anyone can build a future, and so this workshop really showed us how to do that. It was really important for us when choosing SA Property Panel that we knew that there were a lot of experts in different fields to help us, because we are amateurs and we don't know what we're doing when it comes to property. Our jobs have nothing to do with property.
The professionals that SA Property Panel have are amazing. You don't need to worry about anything. They deal with it all.
Having the right team, you've got to have the accountant, you've got to have the broker, you've got to have the builder, you've got to have all these people. Circle, they explained that circle graph at the workshop, and yeah, that complete circle is definitely attended to, and so you do feel secure.
SA Property Panel contacted us weekly with updates on how the progress of the house was going, whether they were behind time, in front of time. We had emails with photos right from the very beginning to the very end.
The investment properties that we have through SA Property Panel are actually in Brisbane, and obviously we live in South Australia, so it was a worry at first not being able to see our properties, especially when they were being built, because I like to be able to inspect them as they go. But we had regular email reports and photos from the builder and through SA Property Panel, keeping us up to date every step of the way throughout the whole build.
They're trustworthy. We didn't need to worry about anything. We felt as though they had our best interest in mind.
Throughout the whole experience of building the two houses with SA Property Panel and all of the many years since building our houses, we've only had positive memories from all of this, so I haven't hesitated in recommending SA Property Panel to my friends and family.
I would definitely recommend SA Property Panel to other people. You can feel as though you can trust them. It's a very easy process and you don't need to worry about anything.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, do it.
Welcome to the webinar. We're getting started shortly. While you're waiting, here are some tips to get the most out of your webinar experience. Streaming live video takes a lot of computer resources and internet bandwidth resources. So this is not a good time for large downloads going on in the background or anything else that drains your internet connection. If possible, ask others in your household to also avoid streaming any movies or playing any online games like Xbox. For the best results, turn off any unnecessary computer programs that may be running in the background. Some programs that can really impact your video enjoyment are pages that are constantly refreshing, like Facebook. and programs that periodically sync like Google Drive or Dropbox. Now is a great time to pause them. When you first connect to the webinar, your screen resolution may be very low. That's okay, because the video starts at a low resolution and gradually increases once your available bandwidth is determined. In a few minutes after it begins, your picture should be clear. So just give it about a minute and you'll see your best audio and video. Also note that from time to time, the audio or video feed can get interrupted. If your image is pixelated or blurry, or if your audio stops, just reconnect by clicking on the reconnect button at the bottom of your screen. And for your best enjoyment of this webinar, we recommend Google's Chrome browser. And although the presenter may make this presentation look easy, giving a public speech is the #1 fear. So please go easy on them. Restrict chat conversation to positive comments and feedback that support the discussion, and please refrain from distracting the other participants. If at any time you have a question, click this button to mark your comment as a question so it highlights it for the presenter. Feel free to ask questions throughout the presentations as you have them. Your presenter may stop occasionally to answer your questions, or they may choose to answer them at the end of the presentation, or they may have their moderators respond to you publicly or privately. Also, keep chat related to the topic on hand, and any support issues you may have, make sure to send them as a private message to the host or the moderator by hovering over their name and clicking on the reply icon. This will allow you to engage in private without distracting other viewers. And here's something you may like. If you find the chat flow too distracting, you can click on this button to mute the conversation. When you do this, only admin messages will be seen, and you can click this button to toggle it back when you're ready to view the chat again. Okay, and finally, this is a good time to shut off your Skype, shut off any instant messenger, close down your Facebook, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, hit the restrooms, get yourself some water, get a pen and a legal pad so that you can take notes. Thanks for joining the webinar. We'll be getting started soon as the countdown timer you see hits 0.